Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco, and it's time for the top 5 ideas for Terraforming Mars. Ideas for expansions. And of course, I'm not a game designer. I don't know how hard it is to do certain stuff, to balance it and all that. I don't know if any of the Frixilius guys are watching. If you are, well, I hope you will enjoy at least one of these 5 tips. I'm just going to do it for fun. So here's my top 5 idea for an expansion for Terraforming Mars. Number 5 idea for an expansion, or how to sort of expand or improve Terraforming Mars, is to somehow, I'm not sure exactly how, but to improve the tiles. So let's say you have a greenery out here. Perhaps there could be a way that you could sort of get, I don't know, some kind of little meeple or cube or guy or whatever, and you can put it here. Maybe you can put some animals in the forest, for example. And by doing that, you would perhaps raise, then it would be worth maybe 3 points or whatever, 2 points instead of 1. That's just an idea. Or you could put something in the city, maybe even another tile, so you can sort of build upward. And now the city, let's say this is not a greenery, this is something else, like this. Maybe now the city is sort of doing something else for you. Maybe it's generating more credits, maybe it's getting you more points at the end of the game. You could sort of spend an action or invest in your city and that way make it better. So that's my number 5 idea for upcoming improvements and expansions for Terraforming Mars. Let's go to my number 4. Okay, so my number 4 idea is to have variable milestones and awards. Now, I just got the Venus expansion, and I did get these. And that's sort of my idea, basically, that you could have, I mean, these would be easy to make, right, for Frix games. So you could have, I mean, in the Venus, you have them like this. So you have the new stuff over here. But you could have more stuff out. I mean, they could release an expansion with just a bunch of these. Just a mini expansion or something, where you can have other stuff, where you can even have a whole like cardboard thing that fits this thing, and you put it on here. So you put this on, and now we have all new milestones or new awards. That could be an expansion, and you can have all kinds of fun stuff here, of course. And I let them, the game designers figure that out what's the best, of course. But that's just an idea. You could sort of expand the game by adding milestones and awards, but without having to sort of add a whole new map. And that's an easy way to expand the game. So that's my number 4 tip. And now let's go to number 3. So my number 3 tip for ideas and expansions for Terraforming Mars is to be able to level up your corporation. Now let's say you have credit core here. Normally it gives you the benefit of when you buy a card that costs 20 or more, or you use a standard project that costs 20 or more, you get $4 back, right? But let's say you could upgrade this one to level 2. So let's say you had a cost. Maybe it's not just a credit cost. It could be like you have to have steel, some steel, some titanium, and some money. You could flip the card and you can have a level 2, and you can do this as an action during the game. And once you hit level 2, for example, credit core might be, well, now it's not mine up to over 20, now it's over 15. So you have the same benefit, but it gets better. You can have Terractor. Well, maybe when you upgrade it, you don't get 3 credits discount for an art tag, maybe you get 6 or something like that. There's a lot of things you could do with that. I mean, you could expand all of these. So that's my number 3 idea, to have some sort of system where you, during the game, as an action, if you choose to, it should be balanced so you don't have to do it, but if you choose to, you could spend time and effort to upgrade your corporation. My number 2 tip for Terraforming Mars for upcoming expansions is something that is really close to my heart. It's the solo game. It would be so cool if there was some sort of solo campaign. Let's say you had, I don't know, you could have a bit of story snippets. You could have like, I don't know, 5 plays in a row where like the first one, maybe your goal is to get somewhere here, and you start, maybe you have a goal of you need to build a few cities to get the planet started, and that's the goal of the game. And then the second, if you make it, you get to go to the second scenario in the campaign, and now your goal is to build greeneries to increase the oxygen. And then in the third one, it could be to raise the heat, or whatever makes sense in a sort of thematic way. But you could have a solo campaign that sort of forces you to do certain things in a certain order, and once you get finished that fifth one, then Mars is terraformed and you're done, and you can call yourself, the terraformer of Mars. You made the whole solo campaign. So that's something I really would like to see in the future. That would be so cool, and for me, as I play a lot of solo, I would really enjoy that. So that's my number 2 tip and idea for Terraforming Mars, and let's go to my number 1. And so my number 1 idea to expand or to improve Terraforming Mars is to have something that symbolizes when you have passed. If you are 5 or 4 players sitting around the table, there's a lot of time I feel that you spend time asking a guy, did you pass already, or is it your turn? Just have a card. I haven't done this myself. You can just print a card, of course, it's easy. You can have one side that is, have a green, that's I'm not passed, and then you flip it over, a red X, I have passed. You put it in front of you, everybody can see it. That's just an idea. And also, to add to that, it would be kind of cool if you had some kind of system like you have in Terra Mystica, for example, with the expansion, or in Gaia Project, where whoever passes first gets some sort of benefit. Now, I'm not sure what that benefit should be, but one idea is to, considering in Venus, you have this system where whoever was the first player last generation gets to affect, that's the world government, right? You get to affect one of the parameters, the heat, the oceans, the oxygen, or the Venus board. Well, you could perhaps have it like the first guy to pass is the one to get to affect that. That would be kind of nice. So you get some kind of benefit because you're the first to pass. Because if one guy, and you know who you are if you're watching this, you always do this, have a bunch of action cards, blue cards, they will sit there and play and play and play, and everybody else has passed and start talking about, something else and go getting coffee and stuff. So it would be nice to have some sort of meaning for the players to want to pass early. It's not in the game now, and it's something that I really miss in Terraforming Mars. It's not that many things that I miss in this game, but that was my top 5 ideas and so for expansions. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will go check out the Patreon account for Board Games with Niramas. You can just click the link up here. Every dollar counts. If you can support the channel in any way, it will be really helpful to get better equipment, better camera, better microphone, and so on, so I can bring you better quality in the videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great evening, morning, or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye-bye.
Breathe in. Look into these eyes. Subscribe to the channel. Now, exhale. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.